So let's picture a beautiful summer's day where you pick up the keys to your Ferrari 488, an astonishing car, a beautiful spec. However, the client was left a little bit disappointed with the stock audio system. Today's video, we're going to be showcasing exactly why that is and what the Cambridge car audio experience can deliver.
Right, so here we are inside the car. What we're doing is we're building, this has got the 10-inch shallow mounted sub, so this is going to go somewhere central, just behind the center console, and then either side is going to be the two amplifiers. We've got the 12-channel DSP, and then we've also got a monoblock amp to power the sub. So what I've done is, so far, I've obviously stripped it out, I've protected it all, I've greased it all up with some mold release, and I've just basically got in these bits of MDF. This is just basically going to have some nice bit of strength at the back of the box, and it's something also which I can work from. It's just going to make my life a lot easier moving forward throughout the steps of this. So next up, I'm going to be bridging some of these gaps. Then I will get the fiberglass kit out and we'll start fiberglassing it. Right, so here we are now. This sub box stroke amp rack, whatever you want to call it, which is going behind the seats, is almost done. I've got a couple of things to trim yet. As you can see, this is like the main enclosure sub box, the 2 amps here. I'm actually going to swap the configuration round. It's going to make it a lot easier for when I'm running my wiring, because I've got a nice channel for everything to follow along the factory loom inside the car. So yeah, this has been pretty cool to make. It's been something a little bit different because we've got a lot of layers going on in here. When I start to show you, you'll start to understand what I mean. So yeah, the sub box itself is 14.24 litres, which is bang on for this sub itself. So yeah, I will show you the panels and how they all clip together. We've got some pretty cool kind of, I don't know how to call it, like brackets, clips, which Carl actually found. So these are absolutely ace for clipping panels together, which are like fascia panels, beauty panels, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, this is the first piece. Now this has been wrapped in genuine Alcantara to match the Ferrari, and then what I'll do is I won't click it in yet because they are tight. So this covers everything up. Now I've got these 2 bulges here, and basically what I'm going to do is 3D printing a Ferrari emblem, and then this is going to sit inside there, and this is going to bring a lot of colour to it. The reason why it's blue, you'll see in a minute. So next up is the main fascia, Now this again, all clicking in. You've probably just seen these down here. Wicked bit of kit. So yeah, this will all click in, and they click in strong as well. Then this is going to get wrapped in the leather. We've sourced leather to match exactly the same, because it's going behind the seats, so we need to make it look exactly the same as what's going on all around it. So yeah, we're going to get that wrapped, and then I have to get sewing. Haven't really done it too much, so this is something new to me, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm basically going to do some blue stitching. Again, this is to match with what's inside the car. Blue stitching along the top here for all this leather work around here. This is why this blue is going to look good with it. It's going to go a darker shade because we need to go darker. So don't worry about that just yet. Then that is it for now. So I'm going to get this wrapped. Then we can just, yeah, I don't know what to say now, Abin.
There we have it, guys. An incredible machine, having the Cambridge car audio treatment. Luke has done an absolutely incredible job, as well as the rest of the team, to get this car to where we are. But now it is time to run you through kind of the spec of the system. I know Luke's probably touched on quite a bit in today's video, but also we're later on in the video, we're going to be listening to the system. You're going to be sat inside that very car with me and be able to listen to the Cambridge car audio experience inside this beautiful Ferrari 488. This client has actually traveled a long way to us. The client is actually based internationally. This car is just absolutely incredible. So without further ado, let's run you through some of the spec. Obviously, with the car being the car, I'm not going to try squeeze in to go in there. I'm sure the media team will put up some nice B-roll of all the shots to go through what I'm talking about. But what our client was after when we sat down during the consultation stage is actually basically the front end of this car, a stock look. And when he actually came in, we walked him around about 6 different Ferraris that we had in our workshop being completed all at that given time, which was really nice to give him some ideas about different upgrades that we can do. In terms of the system, what we've gone for is a Horningsea Legend speaker setup. So we've got a tweeter in the OEM location. We've also got the mid-range in the location on top of the dashboard, and that is a really important thing, because on top of this dashboard, to get that speaker in there in the Cambridge car audio way, the only way to fully do that is fully remove the entirety of the dashboard to be able to access and run our cables perfectly. And obviously during that process as well, we obviously tighten everything as it all goes back, which is again really important, because even on this particular vehicle, we found yet again screws, nuts and bolts that weren't fully tight, and these things over time will cause more rattles, and this is why we go through the sound deadening process on the vehicle, and also the meticulous level of detail that we go to when carrying out the work, as you've seen in today's video. So that's the mid-range on top of the dashboard, and that gives a really nice sound stage for the vehicle. And then we've got the Horningsea Legend mid-bass driver in the OEM locations. Customer was basically after that OEM feel in the vehicle with that OEM plus look towards the back end of the vehicle. Bear in mind, this car had no rear speakers at all in the back here. What we've actually done is ordered the grills from a car that would have had the grills, and actually mounted the Ferrari grills, and these are an OEM part, art. The Ferrari grills will be mounted into that rear section area, which look absolutely stock, absolutely incredible. And then we've housed the Horningsea Legend speakers behind in that location. Then over to the sub. I mean, it is absolutely bonkers the level of work that Luke's done on this one. Really, really happy with the final results and how he's had kind of free reign over this. We're using the Horningsea Pro shallow mounted sub, and the reason why we're using a shallow mounted sub is one thing is space. Obviously what our client was after is retaining boot space in the front, the trunk area. So what we've mounted is the 2 amplifiers behind each seat, and they're actually got little Ferrari logos on the actual behind each seat, which look absolutely incredible, and also painted to the same color of the vehicle. We've also done blue stitching to match over to the rest of the car to bring that OEM feel of the vehicle right into the custom design of our box. Inside the middle, you've actually got the Hertz shallow mounted 10-inch sub, which is absolutely incredible. It packs a real punch, adds loads more depth into the system, and we've also got the Ferrari logo rust taken away from the Hertz logo, and we put the Ferrari logo on there as well, just to set things off in a really, really bespoke and nice way for our client. We've also done the custom DRC holder, which I'll probably talk about in a bit when I get inside the vehicle. But the DRC holder looks absolutely incredible, and that is actually mounted and a 3D printed part that we've built, then retrimmed to go into that location. But we've reduced road noise by adding the sound deadening work. We've got a massive enhancement of overall sound, which you guys are about to hear. So without further ado, let's jump inside the vehicle. Let's go. So this is a really, really cool part of today's video. You guys are going to be able to listen to the system with me. We're going to play a couple of tracks, and you guys are going to love this car because it sounds incredible. Obviously, you've seen Luke go through the install. You've seen me kind of run you through the overview of the entire system as well in terms of spec. But now it's the listening part. So you might be thinking, well, why on earth am I sat in the passenger seat? Reason is because our microphone setup is set up in the driver's seat. This is a setup which will kind of give you as close as possible to what I'm listening to inside the vehicle. And the reason why I'm sat in passenger seat and the microphone is sat in driver's seat is because this entire system is driver aligned. Okay, what that basically means is part of the processor, part of the system that we've got as part of those 2 amplifiers that we've got from the Audis and Forza range is the ability to be able to tweak sound inside the vehicle, basically having full control over every single speaker. Reason is because we're running fully active, which we do on all our installs pretty much, especially at this level. The independent control over every single speaker. So the driver's side tweeter, for example, is closer to the listening position of the driver than this side. So what we do in that respect is we use software and also our own tuning capabilities to be able to get the sound stage to where we want. So because of that difference in distance between speaker to driver and listening position, what we do is increase and decrease the actual delay in when a speaker plays to land at the driver's listening position. This is playing with milliseconds here. It's really, really, really small, minute, but a world of difference. So on this particular setup on the DRC AC, we've got 5 different presets ready for our client. We've also got the ability to fade the rear speakers in and out depending on how the client likes it, and also bring that sub in and out as well, which is probably the most common thing that's going to be used. The whole rest of the system utilizes the original display in terms of functionality. For some of these Ferraris that didn't have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto conversions, we can do that, and they are fully wireless when we do them. However, this vehicle is equipped with that already, so that is ready to rock and roll, and that's how our client's going to be playing his music. But then you've got additional control via the DRC AC, and that links straight in those 2 amplifiers. But that's a bit of an overview why we're in this position. Obviously, make sure, guys, you are listening to this on a proper system at home, maybe even a Cambridge Car Audio car or a really decent pair of headphones to get a full representation of how this system sounds. Listening to it on your phone just isn't going to cut it. Okay, so without further ado, let's play a couple of tracks and enjoy.
I've been looking for a place that I'd rather be. I've been searching for my own destiny. I raise my gun to the sky and scream out loud. This is my life, this is my hope, this is what I stand. stand for. Now it's the time to let it
not to lose the game. The darkest night is always seen. Wait on the nothing, we're face to face. I've heard about you, you know about me. Already enough not to lose the game. The darkest night is always seen. Wait on the night.
You can be my guiding light. Keep me company in the night. That's all I need. All I want is for you to stay a little longer now. With arms around me like a border. Like the air I breathe, I let you in. Keep me warm underneath my skin. 'Cause I'm giving in to your touch. I can never get enough. Diving deep into the ocean.
It is absolutely lovely in here now. The difference from where it came in to here is just a whole nother level, and that is the Cambridge Car Audio level. I'll see you on the next one.